Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Atlanta, Georgia, it's showtime! Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner tonight, seeking his third division world title. Wearing white trunks with yellow and silver trim, the young star of boxing from Baltimore and representing his adopted home of Atlanta, Georgia. He weighed in at 139 3/4 pounds with a sensational record of 24 wins, no losses. He has 23 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the popular and acclaimed three-time two-division world champion, the hard-hitting, current and undefeated WBA super featherweight and WBA lightweight champion of the world, introducing Gervonta Davis.
On Netflix, to those of you joining us right here in Texas, are you ready to make history? Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, silver and chrome trunks. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. He weighed in at 227.2 pounds. He holds a near perfect professional record of 10 victories, 1 defeat, with 7 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Dorado, Puerto Rico, by way of Cleveland, Ohio, USA. He is the multi-talented superstar who bridged the gap between social media and professional boxing. Boxer, a content creator, an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, and a promoter, and the self-proclaimed of boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the problem child, Jake Paul!
The lights dim, and the energy inside the arena surges as Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a proven powerhouse in boxing, steps into the spotlight. Moments later, Jake Paul, the internet star turned headline-making fighter, makes his entrance to equal thunder from the crowd. Cameras flash, chants echo, and the atmosphere feels charged with something bigger than sport. This isn't just another fight night. It's a collision of pure skill and relentless ambition. Established dominance meeting fearless disruption. The question is sharp and simple. Will Davis reinforce his reputation as one of boxing's deadliest finishers? Or will Paul once again defy the doubters and rewrite the script in shocking fashion? Fans around the globe have been circling this date. Tonight, anticipation finally explodes into reality. It's the spectacle the boxing world has been buzzing about. A showdown where hype, history, and raw power collide in one unforgettable clash.
In the ring, Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
is there
Jake Paul's shocking victory over the legendary Mike Tyson has officially changed the conversation. What once seemed like a spectacle is now undeniable. Paul is carving out a place as a legitimate force in professional boxing. His win didn't just make headlines. It ignited serious debate across the sport. Big names are weighing in. Veteran fighter RR-BBV questioned how Paul would stack up against today's undisputed champions, while leaving open the possibility that he just might rise to the challenge. Another seasoned pro, Turv, admitted he'd be eager to see Paul tested again, hinting that curiosity about his next move is spreading fast. But Paul's rise isn't fueled by punches alone. His unmatched talent for self-promotion and relentless marketing makes high-profile matchups feel closer than ever. Some even whisper about a potential clash with PBF2. And yet, all the speculation circles back to one looming question. What happens if Jake Paul stands across the ring from Canelo Alvarez? For skeptics, it's a mismatch. For believers, it's the fight that could silence every doubt once and for all.
How easy of a fight is Jake Paul? How easy of a fight is Jake Paul?
I don't want to say any bad things. I think he doing good things for his own thing, but boxing is a little bit different when you fight in a
Real fighter.
In this at this point, I'm not interested in that kind of fights. I always try to fight in these days because it's very important for our people from Mexican days. So it's important. It's important to represent my country in this special day. Represent Mexico. That's why I try to not fight Mexican fighters. But at the end of the day, this fight is gonna be good for Mexico. So 2 Mexicans in the Cinco de Mayo weekend in Las Vegas. Everybody's watching us.
Jake Paul's meteoric rise through boxing's ranks has now captured the attention of Mexico's elite. Fresh off a statement knockout, Paul wasted no time stepping into the spotlight, issuing a direct challenge to Canelo Alvarez. His vision, a blockbuster Puerto Rico versus Mexico clash, designed to ignite national pride and global attention in one of the sport's most talked about rivalries. It's a bold move, but boldness has been Paul's trademark from the start. Every call-out, every fight feels less like a stunt and more like a calculated step toward reshaping how outsiders can break into and thrive in boxing. With this challenge, he isn't just chasing paydays. He's chasing permanence. Paul is signaling something bigger. He wants to build a legacy that endures, testing himself against icons and proving his rise is no accident. One fight at a time, he's forcing the world to rethink what it truly means to be a contender.
Opponent, 43-0, 34 knockouts. He's only 27 years old. He's never fought someone like Canelo Alvarez. What do you think of him as an opponent?
He's a great fighter. He's strong. He throw a lot of punches. He have a winner mind. So it's gonna be a good fight because he come with all and I come with all. So it's gonna be a very good fight. That's why I feel so proud about this fight because you need to fight it with the same mentality to have a great fight. And I think this is the perfect fight to do.
Does it excite you? Does it give you more motivation to fight a young up-and-comer who, doesn't have a loss yet on his record?
Yeah, of course. That motivate me a lot. That make me feel excited because, I just want to show everybody who's the best and who is Canelo and what I am in this point. So I feel very, very motivated.
Canelo Alvarez has finally addressed the noise surrounding a potential showdown with Jake Paul, but his response was measured. He admitted the fight could happen, maybe down the line, yet made it clear that his current focus is on bigger, career-defining goals. For Canelo, safeguarding the integrity of his legacy remains the priority, even as Paul continues to publicly push for the matchup. Not everyone is convinced. American boxing and MMA star Claressa Shields weighed in with sharp criticism, accusing Canelo of ducking the challenge and insisting he should either accept the fight or stop speaking about it altogether. But Shields didn't spare Paul either. She blasted the circus-like energy he brings to the sport, arguing that while his hustle might sell tickets, it also creates chaos within boxing's traditions. The tension is undeniable. Paul's rise has forced veterans and champions alike to confront a new reality, whether he's a disruptor, a pretender, or perhaps something far more dangerous, a genuine threat to the established order.
Now this is what I want to understand about the men's in boxing, huh? This is what I want to understand.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
This is what the GWOAT don't understand.
Yeah, we'll let China.
If Jake Paul, right, and y'all complain and say, oh, he's not a real boxer, he's bad for boxing, this and that, he ain't that good of a boxer, why the hell y'all won't get in the ring and fight him and beat him? Couldn't no girl from YouTube come to boxing and Claressa Shields don't get in the ring and whoop her ass and send her back to YouTube? Which one of you guys who Jake Paul is calling out, and I'm even gonna say this for the King Canelo, if Jake Paul is calling you all time out he can beat you in a fight, why won't you just whoop his ass?
Yes, like for real.
Just do it. What is all this? Oh, he hasn't earned the fight with me. He isn't that great. He's not a real boxer. Well, show him he's not a real boxer.
Get some free money.
Andre Ward, the former undefeated champion and one of boxing's most respected voices, has stepped forward with a challenge of his own. He made it clear he's willing to meet Jake Paul inside the ring. A matchup like this would strip away the theatrics and test Paul against a fighter with true pedigree. Ward didn't dismiss Paul's rise outright. In fact, he acknowledged the buzz Paul has created but stressed that so far, it's leaned more on entertainment value than on championship-caliber opposition. To Ward, there's a clear difference between headlining flashy spectacles and truly climbing the ranks. While giving Paul credit for shaking up boxing's landscape, Ward pressed him to take the next step. Face a legitimate contender, not just a spectacle-driven opponent. Only then, Ward argued, will Paul silence the critics and prove whether his journey is built on real skill, or if it's all just another show.
Man, now, I've been retired 7 years. I ain't touched a boxing gym in 7 years. Why y'all want me to fight Jake? Gotta say my name, though. I can't even entertain it. You gotta say my name. Ain't nobody said my name in 7 years. There's a reason for that. You gotta say my name. We might be able to talk about it. Maybe something I can think about, but it's time that bro start, he gotta fight somebody that's a real threat, because we know he can sell. We know all.
When Tyson did land, did you feel his power? Did he hurt you?
No, not at all. I just ate that shit. But
Francis Ngannou, the reigning lineal heavyweight champion of combat sports, didn't hold back when news broke of Jake Paul's planned fight with Mike Tyson. Venting on social media, Nano blasted the matchup, calling it a robbery of fans and of the sport itself. He even joked that if he ever ran into Paul, he'd happily slap him around, a half-jest, half-challenge hinting at a future showdown. Ngannou wasn't the only one to weigh in. Gervonta Tank Davis, one of boxing's most feared fighters, chimed in with his own challenge. Davis slammed Paul's decision to fight a 58-year-old retired legend, questioning the legitimacy of such a spectacle and labeling it a blatant cash grab rather than a true test of skill. But Paul, never one to back down from controversy, fired back with mocking insults, taking aim at Davis's height and dismissing the criticism as little more than a cry for attention. What followed was a heated back and forth that underscored just how polarizing Paul has become, sparking rivalries not only with legends of the past but also with champions still at the height of their powers.
Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height?
Colby Covington, better known by his nickname Chaos, has officially thrown his name into the mix. The outspoken former UFC title challenger made it clear he'd welcome a clash with Jake Paul inside the boxing ring. Known for his relentless pressure and non-stop trash talk, Covington insists he's been putting in the work behind the scenes, training consistently and preparing for a moment like this. For him, facing Paul isn't just about bragging rights. It's about proving that a seasoned combat sports veteran can shut down the hype of a YouTuber-turned-boxer. With his confidence, experience, and flair for fireworks, Covington believes a showdown wouldn't just sell tickets, it would deliver chaos in every sense of the word. And in the unpredictable world Jake Paul has built, the idea of chaos stepping in feels almost inevitable. Another explosive chapter, just waiting to be written.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'd love to fight him. He's talked a lot of shit about me in the past. I'd love to see him back it up. For sure, that's all I've been practicing the last couple of years, just straight boxing, man. Boxing and wrestling. So I know I can mix up the hands and implement that Tyson Fury style where I really just drag on you, I wear on you, and I just get in the clinch and dirty box and just put the pressure on. No one can keep up with me. That's what.
In a recent interview, Colby Covington didn't hold back on Jake Paul's rise. He flatly stated Paul doesn't strike him as a true professional boxer, calling him soft compared to hardened veterans of the fight game. For Covington, years of dedication, punishment, and experience separate real fighters from entertainers. And in his eyes, Paul hasn't crossed that line. But Covington was quick to outline how he'd approach the matchup. Rely on his relentless cardio, sharpened boxing, and deep wrestling background to drag Paul into deep waters, push a brutal pace, and overwhelm him in a way the YouTuber-turned-boxer has never faced. This isn't just trash talk. It's a blueprint. And if the two men do meet inside the ring, Covington is betting that his grind and grit will expose Paul's limits sooner rather than later.
A little soft tonight. He don't look like a real boxer, a pro boxer that's been training the last 10 years. So, he needs to come see me one day. A guy that's in his prime that's going to walk him down and have that cardio. So,
did you expect him to knock Mike Tyson out tonight?
I did, yeah. I thought, Mike's a little bit older. He had a problem. They had to push back the first fight because, he had like a stroke on a plane or something like that.
Yeah,
so,
also.
I was just scared. I didn't want to see Mike get hurt. I'm happy he's walking out of that ring and he's healthy tonight. So, super happy. Everything went well, and it was a spectacle. All the fans enjoyed the show.
You want to fight Jake Paul?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'd love to fight him. He's talked a lot of shit about me in the past. I'd love to see him back it up. For sure, that's all I've been practicing the last couple of years, just straight boxing, man. Boxing and wrestling. So I know I can mix up the hands and implement that Tyson Fury style where I really just drag on you, I wear on you, and I just get in the clinch and dirty box and just put the pressure on. No one can keep up with me. That's why they call me the cardio king.
Yes, sir. What happens if you fight Jake? How do you knock him out?
Just pressure, get him tired. Look, he don't like to fight in the pocket. He likes to sit back, 1-2. He sit back, 1-2, 1-2. That's all he's got. He ain't got shit. A little bit of a hook, but...
Another name circling Jake Paul's future is none other than Terence Crawford, one of boxing's true pound-for-pound elites. While Crawford hasn't officially challenged Paul, he recently weighed in on the Paul-Tyson exhibition, and he didn't hold back. A longtime admirer of Tyson, Crawford blasted the performance, tweeting that the former champion was being given far too much credit. He pointed to the glaring stat. After months of training, Tyson managed just 97 punches in the entire fight. For Crawford, that wasn't impressive, it was alarming. His blunt conclusion? Relief that Tyson walked away without serious injury. On the other side, Paul's strongest support has stayed close to home. Logan Paul, his older brother and fellow crossover fighter, celebrated Jake's victory over Tyson as a defining moment. He praised his brother for silencing critics and standing tall against one of boxing's most iconic figures, calling it proof that Jake is no longer just a sideshow but a genuine force to be reckoned with. Together, Crawford's harsh criticism and Logan's unwavering support highlight the divide around Jake Paul's rise. Half the sport questions his legitimacy, while the other half believes they're witnessing history in the making.
Of Jake's performance tonight.
Absolutely stupendous.
What did you think of Mike Tyson?
I love Uncle Mike. He's just such a, that was impressive, no? For a 58-year-old. Hi, how are you? That was, yeah, he's tough, proud of him, weathered the storm with a young brute named Jake Paul. I think Jake let him live. I do. He wants to fight you, bro.
Yeah, he wants to fight you next. What about that?
I think he wants money. I don't think he wants to fight me.
Would you take the fight?
No.
Why?
Come on, man. Come on, bro. Logan. One time, bro. Hey, bro, but I'm not the boxer. Oh, shit. Yeah, yeah.